Welcome to my views and news. Another video for you. Firstly, Oromo Liberation Army has shared a video from another town in Wellega, West Wellega. For the past 1 week, OLA has shared videos from four different towns in East and West Wellega. Oromo Liberation Army fighters are definitely making territorial gains, or they are showing the control of territories under their control for some time. But suddenly they are starting to show their control of Wellega town cities through videos, pictures. Secondly, viewers, reportedly, Tegarai People Liberation Front leaders are contacting social media activists and news outlets. Why are they contacting them? Is it because TPLF is losing support among activists, social media activists, and news outlets are criticizing TPLF for signing agreement of disarmament with federal government of Ethiopia and South Africa? And thirdly, viewers, four Eritrean opposition groups have issued a joint statement welcoming the peace agreement. Who are these four opposition groups? Because some Eritrean opposition groups are now in a very difficult position. What will they do? Will they support the peace agreement? Because they have been supporting Tigrayan diaspora, they've been supporting TPLF. TPLF has now signed the peace agreement. Diaspora is turning against TPLF. What will Eritrean opposition groups do? Firstly, viewers, Oromo Liberation Army is sharing pictures and videos from town, cities in Western Oromia. Around a week ago, they shared some videos from Mindi. Mindi in West Wellega came under OLA control. Then they entered Nakamte. They freed more than 100 prisoners there. 2 days ago, they confirmed their entry in Nakamte. They shared pictures from Nakamte. Today, they claim to be in Lalo Atsabi, a town in West Wellega. And now they are claiming to be in control of Nedjo. Nedjo is a town in West Wellega. Video of OLA fighters from Nedjo is being shared. In Wellega, OLA is consolidating its control of territories in areas like Vashava, East Wellega. OLA fighters are entering cities, towns, conducting their operations and then returning to their bases. But in West Wellega, OLA seems to be consolidating control of territories, and Wellega Banishangal Gumaz road is still cut off because to the west of Nedjo is Mindi, which is already under OLA control. So it means that Asosa to Nakamte road is cut off. Asosa to Gimbi road is cut off because OLA is in control of Nedjo along this road, Mindi as well. Since OLA fighters carried out attacks in Nakamte, it means that Nakamte Gimbi, Nakamte Asosa road is cut off as well. So Wellega is a battlefield, you can say, where OLA can hit wherever it wants to hit. Communication blackout is being seen, networks cut off, mobile networks in Wellega. Internet not working in Wellega, and no media is allowed to enter Wellega and cover what is happening on the ground. Secondly, viewers, reportedly, Tegarai People Liberation Front leaders are contacting social media activists and news outlets which are opposing the peace deal, which are criticizing TPLF for signing disarmament agreement with Ethiopian federal government in South Africa. Reportedly, Getachew is he's himself contacting these activists and news outlets. Why? Because TPLF is under serious pressure. He tweeted a few hours ago, but in comment section, Tigrayans lashed out at Getachew, saying that why did TPLF sign the agreement? If TPLF wanted such a peace agreement, it should have signed the agreement in 2020. Why did it fight for 2 years and now TPLF wants to try a peace agreement? What will happen if this try failed? Who will protect the people of Tigray? Firstly, let me give you my view. People say, Sajid, what's your take? What should Tigrayans diaspora do now? Well, firstly, it's up to them to decide. My understanding is that if TPLF and TDF, both, if they have lost the will to fight, no one can make them fight. If they want to surrender, they should be allowed to surrender. They were fighting in the battlefield. They know what is meant by fighting. Diaspora sitting in the US, in UK, in EU countries cannot make decisions about what is happening on the ground in Tigray. Obviously, people of Tigray fighters, TPLF, they know better. If they have decided to surrender heavy weapons, it means that they're not in a position to continue this fight. If in this situation fighting goes on, TPLF and TDF will suffer more losses. That is why what they have decided should be implemented. Having said that, since TPLF made decisions regarding when to start offensives, when to retreat, when to sign peace agreement, who to sign peace agreement with, TPLF should be held accountable as well. TDF channels too. Tens of thousands have died in Tigray. Who will be held accountable? Of course, ruling party is held accountable. Wherever wars end, ruling parties gain popularity or they're held accountable. In this case, TPLF should be held accountable. People have right to hold TPLF accountable. And thirdly, people say, Sajid, what will happen? Who will protect the people of Tigray? TDF was the guarantor of the security of the people of Tigray. Well, firstly, it was a myth created by TPLF that TDF was the guarantor of safety and security of the people of Tigray. Who protected the people of Tigray in the first round of fighting? TPLF and TDF were in Tambien. People of Tigrayans were in Mekelle, Adegrat, Aksom, Shire, Adwa, who were in control of these towns in the first round of fighting. Ethiopian Federal Forces, Eritrean forces. Did they kill all Tigrayans back then? No. TDF could not protect Tigrayans back then. TPLF as well. Same happened in the third round of fighting. TPLF, TDF lost Shire, Aksom, Adwa, Alamata, Koram. Who protected Tigrayans? No one. EDF did not kill Tigrayans generally in all these towns. So it was a myth created by TPLF that TDF was guarantor of the security and safety of Tigrayans. Otherwise, I have been saying that EDF did not want to wipe out Tigrayans. I always said they were after TPLF. TPLF has now surrendered as a political party. It is ready to submit to Ethiopian federal government. So that is why war has come to close. Ethiopian federal government, Eritrean government, they were never after common Tigrayans. The myth that EDF and ENDF wanted to wipe out Tigrayans were created by TPLF to rally support for war. The myth has been shattered. That is why this peace agreement should be supported by Tigrayans abroad, in Tigray as well. Yes, TPLF should be held accountable, and that can be done through movements, through campaigns, and election will be held in Tigray. Hopefully, election will be held in a free, fair, and transparent manner. We are here. We are monitoring each and every development. Opposition parties will be adjusted in the interim setup as well. Election will be held. Let's see what happens. Tigrayans will have a chance to hold TPLF accountable if they think TPLF should be held accountable. If they think TPLF fought for Tigrayans, which it did, and TPLF should be back in power, then who are we to object? Who are Tigrayans living outside Tigray to object? Who are Tigrayan diaspora to object? So that is why people should wait. Let this peace agreement be consolidated. And then TPLF can be held accountable. Maybe military command as well. What we can ensure is that we'll keep on reporting in a fair and transparent manner, because a lot is going to happen in Tigray. Disarmament, interim setup, election, then adjustment of TPLF, other parties at federal level. So we'll keep you updated. But we shouldn't undermine the peace agreement. Let people live in peace. Tigrayans have suffered a lot. They were dying of hunger. At least let them eat. Let the food reach them. If the peace agreement collapses, common Tigrayans will suffer. That is why this agreement should be supported. Thirdly, viewers, 4 Eritrean opposition groups have issued a joint statement. They're backing the peace agreement. The 4 groups are, firstly, Rasado, a Red Sea Afar Democratic Organization. Secondly, EPDP, Eritrean People's Democratic Party. Thirdly, ENCDC, Eritrean National Congress for Democratic Change. And fourthly, ENF, Eritrean National Front. The 4 parties are backing peace agreement. But there are several other Eritrean opposition groups which are in a difficult situation now, mainly based in Europe, US. They were supporting TPLF, they were supporting TDF, they were supporting Tigrayan diaspora. Of course, they've been working for regime change in Eritrea. They want democratic change in Eritrea. And they thought that through this war, Eritrean government will be weakened. It did not happen. Now, TPLF is surrendering. What will these diaspora groups, Eritrean opposition diaspora groups based in the US and EU do? They want like to support TPLF because TPLF is making peace with Ethiopian federal government, maybe Eritrea as well. If they start opposing TPLF, which options do they have? Who will support them? And will they support Tigrayan diaspora? If Tigrayan diaspora started opposing TPLF? Several questions. Eritrean opposition diaspora groups will have to make some decisions in coming days too. Thank you.